Imagine sacrificing everything for the person you love, your time, your money, even your future, only for them to abandon you when they finally succeed. That was the painful reality of Bayo, a mechanic from Nigeria, whose story with Shade will leave you shocked and emotional. There was once a young Nigerian girl named Shade. Shade was just 20 years old, the first daughter in a struggling family of 6. Her parents worked hard, but barely managed to put food on the table. As the eldest, Shade always carried a sense of responsibility for her 3 younger siblings.
Shade, abeg, hurry and fetch water before your siblings start disturbing me again.
Yes, Mummy. I'll go now.
In the same neighborhood lived a man named Bayo. He was 10 years older than Shade. Life had not been kind to him. He lost his parents when he was still a boy.
That's my boy.
He grew up with his uncle, a mechanic, who later taught him the trade. Through resilience and hard work, Bayo became skilled at repairing cars. With time, he opened his own small workshop. Bayo was not formally educated, but his hands provided for him and even helped support his aging uncle. He was respected in the community for his generosity. It was during Shade's secondary school days that their paths crossed. After school hours, she often helped her mother roast yam by the roadside. Bayo would sometimes stop by to buy food, and little by little, conversations turned into friendship, and friendship blossomed into love. Bayo loved Shade deeply. He wasn't shy to declare that he wanted to marry her.
My elders, I have come to ask for your daughter Shade's hand in marriage. I promise to cherish and provide for her always.
Shade's parents, however, reminded him that Shade had dreams of finishing school and going to university. They encouraged Bayo to wait, and he agreed. Over the years, Bayo became more than just Shade's boyfriend. He became a pillar to her entire family. Whenever Shade's parents struggled financially, it was Bayo who stepped in. When Shade's siblings needed school fees, Bayo contributed. And when Shade completed secondary school but had no money to buy her jam form, it was Bayo who paid. Shade wrote her exams, passed, and gained admission to university. But again, there was no money to pay tuition or upkeep. And again, Bayo came through. Year after year, he worked tirelessly at his mechanic shop, saving, sacrificing, and sponsoring Shade's education. Finally, the day came. Shade graduated. She was now a university graduate, something neither she nor her family ever thought possible. And it was all thanks to Bayo. Soon after graduation, Shade secured a good job at a well-known company. Her salary was impressive, her future seemed bright, and her family was proud. But with this new chapter came another man, Lekan. Educated, successful, polished. Unlike Bayo, Lekan worked in an office, spoke fluent English, and carried himself with prestige. Shade was drawn to him.
How are you settling in? It's good to have you here.
Thank you. It's a great opportunity.
Slowly, she began to distance herself from Bayo. Calls became fewer, visits stopped, and one day she ended the relationship. Bayo was devastated. In disbelief, he went to Shade's parents, hoping they would intervene. But to his shock, they sided with their daughter. They told him plainly, Shade has the right to choose. And besides, Lekan is more suitable. He is educated and more successful than you. They even went as far to tell him never to return to their home.
Get yourself first home. Get out of my house.
For Bayo, the betrayal cut deep. After all he had done for Shade and her family, he was cast aside. He regretted not investing in himself, not pursuing an education of his own, and instead pouring all his resources into someone who had now abandoned him. Meanwhile, Sade and Lacan's relationship moved quickly. Within a year, they married, and soon after, Sade gave birth to their first child. At first, everything seemed fine, but it didn't take long for Sade to see the darker side of her new husband.
Ah, this is the life.
You're telling me?
Cheers to that.
Lacan was not the man she thought he was. He was a womanizer, often seen with other women. He drank heavily, sometimes coming home late at night drunk. He had a violent temper, and on many occasions, he raised his hands against Sade. There were nights when neighbors heard her cries, nights when she was thrown out of the house, only to be begged back the next morning with promises that things would change. But the cycle continued. The good days grew shorter, and the bad days grew worse. Then came the harshest blow. Lacan, through his reckless lifestyle, contracted HIV/AIDS. And tragically, Sade too became infected. Her world came crashing down. The education, the job, the fancy wedding, it all seemed meaningless now. Sade was left broken, sick, and regretful. She realized too late that the man she rejected, the man who sacrificed everything for her, was the one who truly loved her. In the end, Sade divorced Lacan, gained custody of her child, and sought medical help. But the scars, both physical and emotional, would remain with her forever. This story is a reminder to young men and women everywhere. Sometimes the people who genuinely love us may not look the most successful at first glance, but their loyalty and sacrifice carry more value than wealth or status.